Daily life in ancient Greece. This is section 3. Please be on note-taking study guide, page 163. The question here that we're going to answer is, what are the different roles of people in Greek society and different roles in Greek families? In Greek society, you have the highest class. This is aristocrats. They dominated the government. They owned the land and estates, and they had a lot of free time to pursue politics, reading, poetry, music. The second class, these were small farmers. Some owned their own land, but others were tenant farmers, meaning they rented land from the aristocrats. They had to give a portion of their money or profits or the stuff they grew, food stuff, to the aristocrats. And the lowest, or third class, was merchants and artisans. Many were actually foreigners, and they had few rights. Because they were foreigners, they weren't part of this civic life of the polis, the Greek city-state, and so they were not given many rights at this time in ancient Greece. And the lowest class was slaves. These included prisoners of war and those who were bought from slave traders or slave families, meaning born into slavery. In some cities, they were almost one-third of the population. In Athens, for example, about one-third of the population was slaves. And they performed household chores, raising children, working in factories. They worked on farms and mines, teaching. Basically, anything that their owners wanted them to do, depending on what the position in society that their owner had. Family life in ancient Greece, the typical family consisted of husband, wife, children. So very similar to what we kind of have today. It was a nuclear family, meaning husband, wife, and children. It didn't really include grandparents or aunts and uncles and things. It wasn't an extended family. The head of the household was the man, and their role in society was to take part in the public life of the polis, meaning that they were to be sense politics. They were supposed to debate, and they also took up arms when needed. At the age of 6, boys and girls were separated, and girls stayed home, and boys went to school. So education only for boys. Boys studied reading, writing, arithmetic, poetry, music, athletics, all kind of subjects that we would study today in our education. The roles of women in society, in the community, they took part in festivals, religious festivals, and some women led religious activities. So they had a very religious nature. And in the home, they ran the household. They raised the children. They kept track of the money and spending. They managed the slaves, and they made most of the clothing, supervised preparation of meals. They were everything to do with the home. That's what they ran. Some women actually in certain city-states actually would have run the business, while the men actually, all they did was discuss and debate and as part of the military as well.